Hello and welcome to the Daily Meal for Saturday, 6th of March 2021. Really bad game today, awful result, and an awful game. Millwall 0, Blackburn Rovers 2, and we started off alright, playing well, and you get the feeling, okay, here we go, how many are we going to score today? And then literally, I think, again, the first shot Blackburn Rovers have, after the 18 minutes, it goes in. Time and time again. When the opposition have one shot, it goes in. The first shot they have, they score. That's happened for like 3 or 4 games now, over the last month. It's just getting depressing, man. Some weird goings on as well. For some reason, the Millwall's Twitter didn't put out the team sheet on 2 o'clock. It took them until about 2:05 until they put out the team sheet. And it was like, that's a bit weird. What's happening here? So, but then it comes out later that Marlon was sick. It's like, okay. So Marlon was sick for like yesterday and the day before, and then Gary Rowett just plays him anyway. He's probably waiting to see how he is, or they'd probably give him a COVID test. So, oh, it's not COVID, you can play. Yeah, but if you still got a cold or some kind of flu or something, you shouldn't be playing football. This isn't Sunday League. Don't just take some man in extra and carry on. This is like second tier of English football. Championship. And Danny McNamara's sitting there and he's playing a sick Marlon Romeo, who isn't feeling well. And they wait until the last minute, presumably, before they put out a team sheet for that. And then, even more weirder is, as always happens, it's Matt Smith time. Let's bring Matt Smith off the bench. So in the 65th minute, Matt Smith comes on. But he takes off Billy Mitchell. Billy Mitchell was the best player out there, by far. It's just weird, man. Just weird little things that happen, and it's like they don't make no sense. And it's like, why are you doing this? It's not working. Like, if he did weird things and they worked, you would understand. You would be like, oh, okay. That I didn't see that. I didn't see that. Didn't expect that. But look what we got. Look what happened. Like, he does weird things, and then it's like, why did you do that? Why are you taking Billy Mitchell off? Why are you playing Marlon Romeo when he's been sick for the past 2 days? When Danny McNamara's there? This doesn't make any sense. But anyway, let's get into the actual online reporting. This is from skysports.com, and this says, Rovers back to winning ways to ease pressure on Tony Mowbray. Yeah, they if you see yesterday's video, you'll see they were bottom of the form table. They had a really four defeats and two draws in the last 6 games. Really bad. It says, let's carry on. It says Blackburn claimed their first win in 7 Sky Bet Championship games with a 2-0 victory over Millwall. Then deflections were ultimately the undoing of Millwall. Bradley Dack's 20-yard strike gave Rovers the opener, and a ricochet off the returning Sam Gallagher sealed the win in the second half. That was handball, by the way. That second goal of theirs was technically handball, although you could say he didn't really do anything about it. You know it was handball because when he went to celebrate, he didn't really celebrate. He didn't run off celebrating. He kind of turned sheepishly. And what did he do? He patted his stomach. Why would you pat your stomach? Because you need to portray to the referee and everyone watching that the ball hit your stomach, when in fact it hit your hand. It's smoke and mirrors. The guy's a liar. It hit him in the hand and then went in the goal. And the referee did not see it, and the linesman's a joke. Anyway, after an uneventful first 15 minutes, it was the visitors who broke the deadlock with the first shot of the match. Yep, first shot of the match. Not only their first shot, the first shot of the whole match. We were playing all this sexy football, passing it around. Oh, look at us, going forward, all going forward, and then we go sideways. Oh, let's go back. Sexy football. Didn't even have a shot. But they have one shot and they score. Midfielder Dack picked up the ball on the edge of the box, and after feigning to shoot on his left, cut back and let rip with a right-footed shot that deflected off Sean Hutchinson, giving Bartosz Białkowski no chance. Millwall looked lost for ideas going forwards and nearly put more pressure on themselves when Białkowski attempted clearance, hit Dolan in the box but just ran away from Ben Berylton, who was coming back from an offside position. Blackburn had one more chance to extend their lead before the break when Barry Douglas curled a set piece in with his left foot, and Gallagher did well to get up highest and meet it, but his header looped well over the bar. Gary Rowett opted to change his mode of attack just before the hour mark, introducing Matt Smith off the bench, and the big striker almost made an immediate impact but could not direct Scott Malone's cross on target. Malone then had an opportunity to test Thomas Kaminski himself, but his free kick was straight at the Belgium. Moments later, Blackburn spurned a chance of their own, as Gallagher's effort was easily saved by Białkowski. As 70 minutes approached, John Buckley outpaced the Mill defence to reach the byline and cut it back for Dack, who was charging in and looked hampered by a challenge from Ryan Woods as he shaped to shoot. A corner was signalled by referee Matt Donoghue, but Dack and his teammates were convinced it should have been a penalty. Both managers then made triple substitutions, and it was Liverpool loanee Harvey Elliott who made the biggest difference for Blackburn. The 17-year-old burst into the box and fed fellow teenager Dolan, whose shot deflected off Jake Cooper onto the chest of Gallagher and into the back of the net, although the Rovers striker knew very little about it. It hit his hand. The hosts almost got themselves back into the game late on when George Evans struck the upright, and Kaminski smartly righted himself to keep out John Daddy Bavarson's follow-up. George Evans? I thought Scott Malone hit the upright. Maybe George Evans did as well. I'm pretty sure it was Scott Malone. Anyway. Number of things wrong with that, and I've already told you, but anyway. What the manager said. Millwall's Gary Rowett. In the Championship, sometimes you've got to show different sides to your game. And I just felt that today we didn't show enough quality and composure in the final third. We conceded 2 poor goals, and as the game goes on, we have a couple of chances. If I look at both teams, though, I'd say that Blackburn deserved the win today, but there wasn't really that much in it again. A bit of frustration and disappointment is that I was thinking, can we go again after Tuesday? But they had more energy and aggression than us early in the game, and the second goal just makes it a disappointing afternoon for us. We've got players out there that will more than likely be getting in our side, but I don't like using those things as excuses, although it is inevitably going to have a detrimental impact when you've got less players to choose from and so many games in quick succession. Yes, Gary Rowett didn't make any changes. The exact same team that played on Tuesday, and he's complaining that the players were too tired. Also, talking about his injuries, I'm not blaming the injuries, but we had a lot of injuries. if you see my video yesterday, you can see in that Blackburn Rovers have more injuries than us. So, yeah. Whatever. Blackburn's Tony Mowbray. I didn't think the level of performance was exceptional, but we took our opportunities today and restricted theirs. We saw them off relatively comfortably in the end, even after the run we've been on. It doesn't seem evident to me that we're a team that is lacking confidence and belief, and we're a team that knows it's a good team. We just haven't had our breaks. I don't usually give special mentions to players, but I think Dolan deserves one today. He was like a whirlwind out there. I played centre half, and to think that the kid would be chasing you down after every touch like he did, it was an amazing performance for such a young guy. It's been really difficult with him to get him back up to speed, and he understands that the team has to come first, but it might be after a proper 6-week pre-season that we see the very best of Bradley again. He's got enough quality to play in the Premier League, no problems. So there you see Tony Mowbray saying, oh, we had a young energetic player. And the match report said when the kid, the 17-year-old from Liverpool, come on, he set up something, and he take our manager, leaves Danny McNamara on the bench even though Marlon Romeo's sick, and he takes Billy Mitchell off even though he's doing exactly what the Blackburn guy is saying, are running around, getting in everyone's faces. That's what Billy Mitchell was doing, and Rowett takes him off. Ay. Anyway, let's get more from Gary Rowett. Let's see. Let's read some more of his excuses here. This is from londonnewsonline.co.uk, which is the South London Press's online website. We didn't do enough to swing the game in our favour. Gary Rowett's verdict on Millwall defeat. Millwall manager Gary Rowett had no complaints after his side were comfortably beaten 2-0 by Blackburn Rovers at the Den. Soft goals in each half from Bradley Dack and Sam Gallagher were enough to seal the points for the visitors. Rowett admitted the visitors deserved to win after the lacklustre showing from the hosts. With the Championship, sometimes you have to show different sides to your game. Today, we didn't show enough quality and composure in the final third, explained the Lions boss. We conceded 2 poor goals. At the start of the game when Blackburn break and we have chances to clear the ball, we don't defend with enough aggression. They get a bit of fortune. I think the shot's going wide, but it gets deflected off the back of Archie's head and it sends Bart the wrong way. After that, we huffed and puffed and got in decent areas, but the last little bit would let us down. As the game goes on, we get some chances. Matt Smith has a reasonable chance early in the second half. Scott Malone forces the keeper into save and it hits the post. John Daddy forces the keeper into the save on the rebound. George Evans has a good opportunity and maybe has more time than he realises. I would say that Blackburn deserved to win today, but there weren't massive amounts in it. We just didn't do enough to swing the game in our favour. If Blackburn's opening goal was unfortunate, then there's no doubt that their second was sloppy. Rowett agreed when he asked if the manager of Gallagher's goal summed up Millwall's afternoon. The manner of Gallagher's goal summed up Millwall's afternoon. He said, yeah, a little bit. We've missed a couple of chances at 1-0 to get back into it. We're putting them under pressure, and it's really, can we get an equaliser to make the rest of the game interesting? We made a poor mistake. We have a chance to play forward, and we don't, and we end up conceding. That's the little bit of frustration and disappointment from today. It's one of those games where you think, can we go again from Tuesday? I had to pick the same team again. Blackburn made 6 changes, maybe with a little bit of desperation, having lost 6 of the last 7, but they certainly had a bit more energy than us and a bit more aggression in how they played early on in the game. The second goal made it a pretty disappointing afternoon for us. You didn't need to play the same team again. You didn't. Anyway, so there you go. And finally, even more excuses this time from news@den.co.uk, and it says Millwall boss not using injuries as an excuse, as the Lions' playoff chances are snuffed out. You can see the table on the right hand side there. Millwall in 11th, 46 points. Stoke above us, 48. Middlesbrough above them 50, and then a gap to Cardiff in 8th. That's not even by the playoffs, so there you go. Massive gap just to get up to Cardiff. It can be done, but not the way we're playing at the moment. The manager doesn't really have any actual philosophy or practical manner about him. Gary Rowett refused to use an injury crisis as an excuse after Mill's 2-0 defeat to Blackburn Rovers at the Den on Saturday, all but ended their playoff chances. The Lions were without first teamers. Blah blah against Rovers. Rovers ended a 6-game losing streak with their Den win. At 1-0, we've missed a couple of chances to get back in the game. We were putting him under pressure quite clearly, Rowett said. It's really, can we get an equaliser to make the last bit of the game interesting? We make a poor mistake to have a chance to play forward and we don't. That's a little bit of frustration today. It's one of those games where you think, can we go again? Yeah. Same rubbish from the last thing. Yep, it's difficult to make the relevant changes when you look at the opportunities to bring Kefton Bell, Leonard, Zahor, Wallace, players that would likely be playing in our team. Just to have those extra options coming in fresh, it makes it difficult. We've got a lot of young players on the bench. You're asking the likes of Tyler Burry to come on and be the difference in a game when we're 1-0 down. I don't like using injuries as excuses, but clearly it's going to have a detrimental impact when you have less players to choose from, when you have so many games in quick succession. So he's not using injuries as excuses, as he uses injuries as excuses. It's just all so tiresome. Anyway, come back tomorrow and watch the stats video, and we'll go through this nonsense tomorrow. See you then. Ciao.